Your thoughts aren't harmless, they're powerful. So every time you call yourself stupid, lazy, a failure, your body listens, your spirit listens, and you start to live like it's true. That's why in this video, I'm going to help you change your inner voice so you can stop talking to yourself like your own worst enemy and start being your best coach. Now, right now, I'm reading this book. Well, I'm rereading this book called The Unfair Advantage. And there's a study done on these two people, well, these two groups of people. One group of people consider themselves lucky, and the other group, they consider themselves unlucky. And so what the researchers did, they had both groups go into a restaurant, like some building, I can't remember what exactly, but they went somewhere. And the researchers intentionally put like $1, $5 on the ground. So the person walking in could see it and pick it up. The group who considered themselves lucky, who saw themselves lucky, 9 times out of 10, they saw the money and picked it up. But the people who said they were unlucky or considered themselves unlucky, 9 times out of 10, they walked right past that money, they didn't even see it. Didn't even see it. Now think about another incident. Imagine I told you to close your eyes and think about a sexual fantasy, like happening right in front of you. Something you've always wanted to happen. Think about that. If you think long enough and then really get consumed in it, your body will get turned on. If you're a man, something will stand up. If you're a woman, something will get moist. Regardless, your thoughts trigger a reaction in your body. So think about this. Your self-talk can not only influence the doors of opportunity you see, as in the group who said they were lucky, they saw the money. And it can also influence your body, as in you could think about something sexual, and literally your body will respond sexually. If your mind can change how you see reality, can change the state of your body, does that not show you how powerful your mind is in influencing your life? So it doesn't make sense at all to have the self-talk that puts you down, that so many people have. The self-talk that calls yourself a loser, a failure, a disappointment, someone who will never make things work, someone who can't figure things out, someone who just sees things as hard and that's it. Like, if that's your self-talk, that's who you will be. But if you have the self-talk of somebody who's powerful, who can do it, who can achieve more, who's a winner, who's successful, who gets things done, that's how you will be. So what kind of self-talk do you want to have? The one that disempowers you and keeps you stuck, or the one that empowers you and helps you become the best version of you possible? If you want the one who helps you become the best, then close your eyes right now. Close your eyes and imagine there's a small coach being picked up and tossed down your ear, and then it's inside of you, and it goes and it climbs up to your brain, and now you have a coach inside of your head. And now the next time you start being negative, you start being your own worst enemy, I want you to intentionally wake up that coach in your head and let it take over and lift you up with positive, empowering words. And to make this even more real, give a name to your personal coach. And you can put that in the comments too, like, make this real. Put a face to them. Give them an accent, anything, so that you can see a real person in your mind, which make it even easier for you to listen to them when they're speaking empowering words to you. Now, you may struggle using this coach or even having this coach speak because you might not even know how a coach will speak to you. You might not even know how to be empowered. And if that's where you are, then don't worry. Self-talk and like speaking in empowering ways, it's like learning a new language. And we haven't been taught that. I mean, every day, if you really pay attention to what you're hearing, it's mostly negative stuff. People complaining, people whining, or people trying to get you to overindulge, in the pleasure, sex, food, drugs, all this stuff, fast food, like that's normally what we're exposed to, but we're not exposed to empowering things. So it may be hard for you. If that's the case, I have 2 videos in my description. Go check them out. Those are seminars of motivational speakers. And what you can do is listen to them to see how high achievers talk to themselves. And then you can naturally start to talk to yourself that same way, even better. But you do have to be consistent. Because like I said, learning how to talk to yourself like a winner is basically like learning a second language. I mean, for example, there are some words you just can't say anymore. For instance, don't is a word I try my best not to say. Won't is a word I'm aiming to keep out of my vocabulary. Impossible is another word. And these are things I had to learn while I was learning how to be more like empowering to myself. So it does take time, but those seminars I put in the description will definitely help if you listen to it consistently and if you make it a habit, or just go out your own way to find people who are speaking empowering. You can even turn on those nightly affirmations when you go into bed, so you can just subconsciously get that practicing, because that really matters. And you can even incorporate affirmations in the morning to just prime yourself even more. I have a high achievers playlist where it's literally just people like rap songs, pop songs, like so many things, put like singing or rapping empowering words into you. And I also put that to my description, so that'll be a 3rd link in my description as well. And let me put that right here because I don't want to forget. Add high achievers playlist to YouTube description. So you can definitely do that. It's on Apple Music though, so if you ain't got Apple, probably won't work for you. But if you have Apple, that can definitely help you. Now, one thing you might be saying to yourself is, but I don't want to lie though. I don't want to just say all these things, affirmations, and it's not even true. You don't have to lie. You don't have to. Anything that you say that's negative, you can change it to something that's more empowering without lying to yourself. Let me give you an example. I was just shooting hoops this morning, and I thought to myself, dang, I really can't shoot basketballs. Just real quick, but I caught it, because can't is a curse word to me. So I'm going to be aware if I say it. 9 times out of 10, I'm not perfect. So how can I change this to something more empowering? Something that's honest too. I don't want to lie. Well, then I'm not going to say, oh yeah, I shoot threes every time I shoot. I'm the best shooter. Stephen Curry ain't got nothing on me. That's lies. But what I can say is, I'm learning how to get better at shooting right now, and I'm proud of myself. Every time I shoot and miss a goal, that means I'm learning. And soon enough, I won't miss again. Do you see how easy that is? To say something powerful to yourself that lifts you up without lying. You don't have to lie. And athletes understand the power of self-talk too. That's why people like Michael Phelps, Serena Williams, and Michael Jordan all incorporated routines of affirmations into their daily life. Because this stuff seems so stupid, but if you really look at the high achievers and study what they know, they will always tell you the things they get in here control so much. So they are so vigilant about the things they allow inside their mind. They get away from negative and intentionally put the empowering things that will enrich them. So I want you to put a negative phrase that you usually say to yourself in the comments. And I also want you to put a flipped around version that empowers you without being a lie, because this is going to help you get your practice in. So right now, pause the video and think about something negative you usually say to yourself and flip it around to something empowering and something you can honestly say. Pause the video and go ahead and do that right now. Now, don't try to be perfect, okay? There are going to be some times where you have just been speaking negatively to yourself and you're finally catching it. Like, you're just in a stream of negativity. And in that moment, it can be so easy to be like, dang it, no, my life is ruined. But I want you to understand that if you catch yourself being negative, you have won. Why? Because most of the times, people aren't aware of it. And that's what gets a lot of people. They aren't even aware of the things holding them back. But if you can get aware of the thoughts pulling you down, you've already won. And so now all you gotta do is flip it. Flip it to something more empowering. And if you don't want to flip it, that's okay. Just stop the sharing negativity. So the next time you're feeling discouraged, the next time you're feeling like you want to quit, the next time you want to give up, the next time you feel like you can't do what you want, I want you to really think about what you're thinking. Like, use that as a cue to go inside your mind and think, are you being your own enemy right now? Or are you being your best coach? Well, if you're being your coach, you want to feel bad. You might feel challenged, but you want to feel bad. So if you recognize you being your own worst enemy, switch that self-talk to something empowering and true. And you got to speak in a weird spiritual way, like, I am one with all, and nothing can ever touch the spirit of greatness I have. Like, you don't have to be spiritual, or you don't gotta be fancy, you don't need to put long words and say long things. No, it could be as simple as, I'm that bitch. And keep it pushing. Like, all that matters is that you get into the habit of saying self-empowering things to yourself. And if you don't build this habit, if you don't build the habit of being empowering to yourself and controlling your self-talk, you will continue to be negative to yourself. You continue being your own worst enemy, because this is the default, okay? It is default to be negative. Our brains are literally primed for negative. Like, we would sit and look at a car crash way more often than looking at a field of beautiful roses, because we're primed for the negative. Not only that, we're in a society that's so negative. So if you aren't intentionally trying to talk to yourself like a winner and empower yourself, I promise you, negativity will get into your mind and it will drag you down like everybody else. And I don't want that for you. Now, if you put that little coach inside your head, if you're willing to practice the new language of self-talk, I promise you, you will be a winner. You will be unstoppable. You will learn whatever you gotta learn. You will go through whatever you have to do, and you will get to wherever you want to go, because you are pushing yourself up your own hill of greatness, your own mountain of greatness, through the way you talk to yourself. If you found any of these ideas helpful and you want more like these, all you gotta do is subscribe. I'm making post videos every week, and I'll see you for the next batch of videos.